Tusani wisdom.
There's Ernie. Maybe Steve's will see him tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then nothing.
And you weren't there.
You could have screamed Kwansu. You could have said anything.
You know what else we could do? You know what else we could have done?
Talk a little bit more about Ernie Reyes Jr.
Yes, Amy?
No, what else could we have done?
Surf ninjas.
We could have. I got nothing. I just want to talk about the Defenders.
I thought you were trying to lead into like
What
we
did
could
you
have
say?
defended ourselves better.
We could handle our time.
We
but
could sig you ham-fistedly.
That's a lot of ham.
into the Defenders.
Yes.
So,
The
for those of you
Defenders.
who are unaware or living under a rock, the Defenders came out Friday.
Or you don't have
It
Netflix.
did.
Friday night, yeah.
It
Yeah,
did.
technically Thursday morning, Friday
Friday
night. Or
Wait,
no,
what?
no,
Oh,
Friday
yeah.
morning, Thursday night.
There
I
you go,
apologize.
yes.
Thursday at midnight. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Is it that hilarious? That is that, okay.
For him it is.
Jeez. So the Defenders came out on Netflix. All 8 episodes dropped simultaneously. It stars, of course, I'm not going to say their actual actor names because I don't know them, but it was Matt Murdock, a.k.a. Daredevil, Jessica Jones,
Charlie Cox.
Danny Rand,
Mike Coulter.
Clerks.
the Danny Rand, a.k.a. Iron Fist, and
They're
Luke
about to drop their
Cage.
new album.
Tell
They're
me
about
that's
to
not
drop their new album right
That
here,
is-
available on
it
iTunes.
is very
It is
clear.
true.
It's very
So,
Clerks.
Wait,
initially,
where's Charlie Cox?
right off the bat, we all finished it, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We
Oh,
all,
yeah.
There's,
We
One weekend
even
binging.
finished it.
there's no like, hey,
In-house.
we're at certain points of the season, we are all here.
Done.
No, we even got to
Prepare
the
for spoilers
ending
if
trailers.
you have not seen it.
Spoilers.
If you have
Yeah.
not seen it, we are the spoiler trailer. This is the spoiler trailer. Bing, bing, bing,
Just
bing,
mute
bing.
us, but still
Bing.
watch us.
That actually would be
Hashtag
fun.
not sorry.
Silent movie.
Sorry, not sorry.
Give me a few moments. Give me a few moments.
So,
Just not sorry.
right off the bat, initial reactions. How do we feel about it? Did we enjoy it? Did we hate it? Do we really want to go into depth? You know, that 51% range that we talked about.
I would
Like,
like to go
oh.
into depth.
Well, of course we are. But did you like it?
Yeah, I did. I did not hate it. I did like it. It's not my favorite.
Okay. Duh. How about you?
Same. Liked, enjoyed, not favorite, but enjoyed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Amy?
Did not hate.
I will concur with my constituents on either end of the table.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I guess we're all kind of on the same point.
That's tonight's show. Have a good one, guys.
Yeah,
Take
there
care.
it is. There it is. So,
No?
so right off, I have some numbers.
Oh,
Right.
shoot.
I'm the numbers guy
You have
right
numbers
now.
already?
Wait,
So
wait.
I have the
remember
Rotten
now.
Tomatoes ratings
All the
for
tomatoes.
every Netflix show up until this point.
Marvel.
Wait, up until and including?
Yes.
Okay.
So Daredevil season 1 got a 98%.
Yes.
And for many of us, that is the top. That is
Accurate,
the cream
yeah.
of the crop.
It's
Daredevil season 2 took quite a dip. It went down to 74%.
74.
But there was such high
I don't know if
expectation after the first one.
It's true, and I don't know if I agree with it. But
me neither.
Jessica Jones right back up, 92%.
Okay.
That's my girl.
Agree.
Interesting because I enjoyed Jessica Jones more than Luke Cage, but Luke Cage was at 96%.
Bring the ruckus.
Also, yeah.
It was
Which is
good.
interesting given the back half of the season kind of had some weak points.
Boy is yoked.
Of course, Danny Rand, Iron Fist, coming in with a whopping 17%.
Poor Danny.
17?
1-7.
I expected like a 50-something out of you,
No.
just than
No.
17.
Cue the Vince
17.
McMahon.
17.
Wow.
Iron Fist.
Vince McMahon.
I still have yet to finish it. I can't do it.
I
mean,
just read the
I can't
synopsis.
do it.
Really?
I didn't finish
I
it.
had problems with it, but not 17% worth of, like,
Wow.
Maybe I'll
And-
just listen to it for that Zune.
So far, and this, of course, it's only been a couple days, Defenders has a 75% rating.
Which is not bad.
okay.
Daredevil season 2 level.
And that could change because
That could-
probably
that could
not
easily
everybody's watched it
Yeah.
See, number.
this first weekend.
If I had to my opinion, I put Daredevil season 2 80-85, Defenders 80-85. That's me on that.
I would
Luke,
agree.
And Iron Fist, not 17%. I mean, it's the weaker of all of them, but not
Not that
17%.
yeah,
low.
it is the weakest. But I mean, that is quite a jump. What was the lowest?
That is the
70.
Next to that was 74, Daredevil.
74
season
all the way down to
Just Daredevil-
17 is
Daredevil.
quite a buffer.
Well, that's what happens when your main character is supposed to be the world's greatest martial artist and he can't do
And
martial
he's
arts.
not.
It's yeah.
And maybe that's why the Defenders is only down at 70.
Well, and the Defenders is doing a much better job
Yeah.
of having him because he actually trained probably for a little while.
a little better.
He looks so much better than
Like
he did
half
in-
the season through.
Well, that, but he's still no.
But he got to that point that at
Him
least he
losing, I'm not
got
gonna say.
better.
I'm gonna agree. He's losing a lot, but
Right.
his martial arts, like his moves,
He
look
looks
better.
more-
he
yeah,
looks
a little
better
better,
at
yeah.
fighting even when he sucks. Because it's like, hey, you're the greatest martial artist in the world. This random ninja is gonna kick your butt.
I don't know what they changed.
my boy Murdoch handled you just fine.
Choreographer, different like writing, or
no,
like
yeah,
he
they-
needs to.
Choreographer.
They
Okay.
actually put him into a dojo for a couple months. Like, hey, learn this, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're a ninja,
Be a ninja.
kind of.
That's what felt good about the hallway scene when we see
The
Like,
first hallway
we-
scene?
yeah,
Murdoch?
no, sorry, the hallway scene in Defenders.
Oh, okay.
When they're at the building.
So
Episode
the
3.
Midland, the Midland
Yes,
hallway.
thank you.
Right, right.
Because we got to see. Because to me, when it comes to these like martial arts fights in these superhero shows, it's Daredevil has had the best in my opinion. Daredevil's had the
Yes.
best. And that hallway scene,
Easily.
there he was. There was Murdoch showing you how it's done. Here's how the fight is done. Here's Luke. Here's Jessica.
Even
hey,
the
Iron Fist, watch
cinematography
them.
for that was hot.
Yeah.
Like they made that artistic, whereas I don't think they've made
So
many of the other ones.
No.
That, like it's just these cuts and slow motions
And the turns.
Yeah.
Man, oh,
It
So
was
maybe
juicy.
they used the same Daredevil
Blush,
choreographer
blush.
for
Well, it makes sense for
this.
They did it for Defenders, and they probably fired the guy that did Iron Fist.
Yeah,
I know,
sorry.
yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
17%, Steve, you're out.
Sweet.
Pretty much.
Poor guy Steve.
So, jumping, I mean that basically leads to one of my points: is improvements on the other series. So I
So many
feel like
Zs.
personally, a lot of the weaker points of the other
Iron
the other
Fist.
shows, Iron Fist, even the weak points of Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, were kind of able to be resolved in some ways by having the team. The fact that Danny showed basically no humor in Iron Fist, like he tried to make a couple quips and they sucked.
Right.
But him and Luke Cage having that
exactly
they
like
were
they're supposed to be in the
so
comic
good.
book. They're so
Yeah.
good.
Which is great that's the first two you see meet each other.
Right.
But-
It's when they meet and it's like, hey, look, it's a shout out to the comics because they're a tag team in the comics.
Right.
And here they are.
But they-
He's like,
they
"You punched me."
balance-
It's like, yeah.
But they balance so well.
Mhm.
That's you have the authority responsible figure coming out of Luke, and then you have the kid, essentially, of Danny, who's like, "You're gonna be my best friend now, and I like you."
Yep.
It's me. It's me and David.
That was an important scene for me, by the way, because that was the first time that you ever see that fist do anything useful.
And that was a shout out.
Anything useful.
Remind me, was it Jessica Jones or was it Luke Cage where Luke
Took
or
punch
the
in
guy
face.
punches Luke and the guy's fist crumbles?
Luke Cage,
Buckles,
where he-
That was
yeah.
Luke Cage.
In
That
the
was-
Chinese restaurant.
And then this time around, well, Iron Fist got the better
He's just
part.
waiting for it to like.
Yeah, like it's not gonna do anything, and I go flying.
It was good though to see like they. You can tell that I think in that kind of a thing that they're trying. It'd be like, oh, it shouldn't just light up and glow, and then he fights with it, and nothing happens. Like
Right.
Yeah,
that thing should be able to knock out Luke Cage, and nothing knocks out Luke Cage, man.
Because
Like,
he's bulletproof.
Well, that was
Nothing
also
to
one of
lose.
the
Fireworks.
like
Stone skin.
for Danny getting to just basically like try to use Luke as a punching bag, and there was nothing, and he's like sitting there like, and
my martial arts are not working.
So,
right
yeah,
now.
your point.
But another example of at least we saw some decent, like,
Yeah.
some decent moves out of like when he's trying to hit. Basically, it's like those. I don't know the actual name for them, so I apologize if
The
you
standing.
are involved in martial arts. Those like they're like the big like wooden log with the sticks coming off.
Oh,
of
yeah,
it,
yeah.
And you like do the motions.
the Oliver Queen
Training log stick dummy.
It's called the training log stick dummy.
I apologize, Sensei.
Training log stick dummy.
The training log stick dummy.
You are forgiven.
Thank you.
Insubordinate.
But it was
And
almost
shoulders.
it was almost kind of like that's what Luke Cage was for him, because he'd be like block his
Yeah.
hand and he'd be like like doing all these motions, and Luke Cage
Yeah.
would just kind of be like
right.
okay, cool. But you actually saw better martial
Out of him.
arts
Yeah.
out of
Yeah.
him,
Yep.
which was good because he's supposed to be the greatest martial artist in the world.
Right. That was why season 1 was so embarrassing. I think it's because there was no form, no nothing. Like,
It was like if that had been before, or if he was young, or if he had just gotten
That
to
would've made
Kunlun or
sense.
something.
Right.
Yeah. That didn't. It's like, hey, you've been training for how long, and you're the
Yeah.
Iron Fist, and you suck this much.
by Kunlunian monks, and then you get to some dojo, and you said you've trained? Yeah. No. Okay.
I
Listen,
am the Iron
you're the
Fist.
greatest in the world. Blind guy is handling you right
and
now.
that's what we talked about. We literally talked about the fact that
Right.
Danny trained by the masters in Kunlun. So literally 1 degree
Yes.
of separation. Then you've got Daredevil, who's trained by Stick, who's trained by the Chaste, who's trained by the Kunlun masters. So you have all of this, and he down here is just like, well, I can handle anything. You
I can
got,
handle
basically.
two
Yeah.
fingers of the
Right.
hand at the same dang time.
Yeah, and it
And
takes a lot.
Elektra
Takes a lot to
single-handedly.
handle
I
2
know.
fingers.
All of a sudden, Elektra comes out of nowhere and can handle 4 defenders. Then all of a sudden, Daredevil's like, nah,
got
I
it.
got
I'm all
this.
over it.
Yeah,
Murdoch
we-
on the case.
Good job.
Thanks, appreciate it.
way to destroy the value.
There it is.
Don't you know pops are going to be the currency of the future?
They're gonna replace bitcoins.
He's
Well,
like
I mean,
Mike,
it's
he's
Pops
like
pops
Mike Groot.
instead of
That's
caps,
hilarious.
like in Fallout.
I love you.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing, and I mentioned that the biggest thing that I noticed that they did incredibly well, and I know Amy wants to talk about this, is the colors.
Yeah.
Do it.
The colors, the way, and I had said this, if this was an AP English essay,
There it is.
the
Yeah.
color theme of each character would be something that we would just latch onto and just write about until the cows came home.
And I totally can do that because I did cheapy easy notes right now though.
Ooh, brand
See,
colors.
look, I even went out and found
The keynote.
Yeah, so it's the big 8 for brand colors and what they each represent.
Hmm.
So of course I'm going to start with Jessica because that's my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
She's blue, and she's all varying types of blue. So hers is depth, stability, loyalty, trust, wisdom, confidence, intelligence, and above all, truth. So you're able to see in her.
She's blunt.
She's blunt.
Oh, there it is.
She's blunt. Truth does not always have to be gentle.
I was about to say loyal,
But loyalty, let's be honest.
stable.
She's confident, intelligent.
I wouldn't say stable.
Handle-
Even her best friend is
handles
like,
her
nah,
liquor
she
well.
ain't a stable
She-
friend.
Hey, hey.
everything else I
she's loyal to that bottle.
I love that picture.
Hey.
I
Hey,
love
girl,
that behind the scenes.
I
And then
love this.
He's still in his he's still in somewhat Iron Fist pose, but
Yeah.
checking his phone, I think, right now.
Clerks.
But that's I love that about her. And then with Matt, of course, the Daredevil is always red. So you're getting fire, blood, war, strength, power, determination, passion, and then lastly, love. So you see all of those
Elektra also red.
Daredevil.
Crazy.
And they finally got her kind of in the rappy getup.
things. The
this
rappy
time.
rappy getup.
The rappy getup.
So one of my absolute favorite for lighting just for the entire show has always been Luke. There's so much warmth and yellow, which sometimes if it's not used right will tend to wash out and make people really sick looking.
Yeah.
So his means joy, happiness, intellect, energy, intelligence, and energy. And it's something also I think has a bit to do with that particular hue, that it's caring, like almost like a caregiver type of.
I would say
thing
caring
being-
is probably the
It was
most
like,
relevant.
It was like early morning every time he was like going somewhere. Like
Yeah.
the sun was just coming right through like the
But
windows.
you feel
Is it like
warm
9
and
o'clock
protected.
at night?
Yeah, it's just it's like, oh.
I like when they do the
Right.
shirt, the big block yellow on the shirt, but I think I like even more just that really subtle hood
around his
inside
collar from
the
the Carhartt.
That,
Oh,
yeah,
Carhartt.
that
man.
very obviously product placed Carhartt.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
So the logo was right there.
But that's one of the things that I really gravitate towards. That Jessica and Luke are two just completely opposing, like by color standards. They're
Right,
completely
yeah.
opposing, and yet if you read in the comic books or you know what happens later on,
Does that make them complimentary?
yeah.
Oh,
So
With the shoulder wiggles, I am uncomfortable with.
What? What?
okay, and then lastly,
Don't make
Danny's-
Marvel sex shoulders.
I didn't know Marvel had sex shoulders.
Lastly,
They
last
look
color.
like
What are
this.
you guys
Spoilers.
doing down
Well,
at that
for-
end of the
For
table?
Defender specific, green, of course, is going with Danny. And it's really, really, really hard, let's be honest, to use green light in that dang show. So the places that you were going to see it most
Right.
were the table where they do the conference or where they're hiding out on the
the Mushu pork
on
dinner.
the Mushu pork on the
Yes.
dinner.
Yes.
Brilliant.
And his represents freshness, harmony,
Bad karate.
growth. But my favorite, bad karate,
Gross.
growth.
Right.
It's
Super
also
accurate.
it's also like freshness, new growth, spring. And the last one I laughed at was fertility. So that was a little odd.
Right.
The real combination is when you go into
Granddaughter
those
of the dragon.
scenes where they're all together, and the best place to see every representation of their color is their first hideout with the Mushu pork, where there's
You call it their first hideout. However temporary, it was their home
Right, no,
base
no,
for
hiding
just
out.
a second.
but you see every color being represented spatially by where they are. So
Right.
the window is red
The
because
red.
Matt's over there, and the table
Yeah.
is green where Danny is, and then you're going to see some of the yellow being backlit on some of the more supporting walls, and then you see Jessica in alcoves, and so it's kind of placing all of the characters together, and they work in harmony to light the scene because let's be honest, green makes everybody look
I was
ugly.
gonna say that's a
light, not
director of
colors.
photography, like who knows what they're doing, right?
Yeah,
like, they
they
set
said
all
everything.
of that.
Is that the
It-
pork? No, it's
Yeah,
shrimp.
no, he's got the pork.
He's got the pork.
You guys have the pork.
That's shrimp.
They're so
Uh-oh.
weird.
The last one I actually wanted to bring up is a kind of a surprise one. So Alexandra, aka Sigourney Weaver, her color and her predominant color
Dana
is
Barrett.
silver and
Ripley.
gray. Yes, which I'm gonna cop to it. I still haven't seen that movie.
You got my Dana Barrett though, right?
Wait, which one?
Ghostbusters,
Which one?
Ghostbusters,
Yeah, I've seen
Ghostbusters. Okay, Dana Barrett.
Okay.
Yeah, there's only Zool.
Yes. There is no Sigourney.
There's only Zool.
There is only Zool.
So hers is grays and silvers, and they represent modern sleekness, glamour, elegance, and above all, wealth.
and the
Oh,
Keymaster.
yeah.
So we don't. Yes, the Keymaster.
Sorry, Gatekeeper.
He's the key.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
the
Keymaster.
gatekeeper.
You're the
where
gatekeeper.
are these colors from? Like, where did you get this like graph, this breakdown?
The
Common
picture,
sense,
the
Barry.
big brand color wheel.
Yeah.
I got that from the interwebs.
No, I'm wondering like what, like where, like that fits in perfectly. Like, but I was just wondering like what the source is.
Tim Gunn. He developed it.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
He was like, well, I mean,
I trust the internet and brand marketing, and so when you start researching, a lot of that colors are very specific to
Yeah.
what makes us
Yeah.
gravitate towards a color or towards a person. So the reason people don't like Jessica Jones is because of the choices of blues, and it makes her feel cold. And when we're confronted with things that we don't like, i.e., a blatant truth that isn't super quippy, like, oh, no, the guys are coming. Like, we tend to shy away from it unless you gravitate naturally towards those colors. So it's also why I like Luke Cage so much.
Piper's comment addressing that. Kunlun, is that more toward is that China?
Other dimension.
Other dimension.
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Sounded a bit Japanese.
You
Cause-
can't
from
get
audio.
there.
Up in the Himalayas.
I would have said like some kind of Himalayan
It's
thing.
not
and
down in the ground in a pit.
Because technically
Under
karate is
Midland.
Okinawan.
I
So
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
there you go.
Also,
true.
funny point that it basically reiterates the idea that every child is trying to dig through the planet to China.
Oh.
So that they apparently, if you dig through New York, you will eventually hit another mystical Asian
All
Dude,
this
that's kind of
time.
I had a question about this
All this
Yeah.
time.
because I didn't remember, and it was at the end of Iron Fist. Wasn't the gate for Kunlun gone? He went up there and it was just like
It was
"Ah!"
ransacked
it
and
was
destroyed,
just, like,
wasn't it?
To mountain.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So was it that they stole it and brought it underneath the city
place.
because they wanted to?
because they dug it up.
Did they?
Yeah, because remember they said when they were digging, they said they ran into a wall and they couldn't get past it.
They
And they
couldn't
realized it
get
wasn't a
past it.
wall; it was a door.
So basically, there are multiple doors,
Okay.
just like everything. There's multiple doors to get into places,
Sure.
i.e., portals, like, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Portals.
Portals. Yes, let's go with that. And so the one that they dug up under Midland Bank is a different
Yes.
door to get into Kunlun.
Okay.
So the one that was on the mountaintop that he was supposed to be defending, which
Just
is like the main gate,
Destroyed.
was destroyed.
All right.
Because I think the Iron Fist of old did not expect them to go through the other door where,
Right.
giant dragon bones are.
Although in the book,
Dragon Bones.
there is a gate somewhere way underneath Rand Tower, I think. In
That
most,
is true. Yeah. 'cause
Yeah.
His dad digs that all the way down there, and he has that tram.
right.
That is accurate.
So there's
There's
that
the-
already. Like that's not too far a stretch going way down for that because that's in the books. I
That
think
is true.
fairly consistently too. In
Yeah.
at least 2 of the books I've read.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Intriguing.
The plot thickens.
Does it?
That.
I sometimes say relevant things.
Sometimes.
Rarely.
Sometimes.
Karate Okinawan.
So,
Thank you. I appreciate that, actually.
yeah. So
Where is Ishinru from?
the big thing I wanted to bring
Okinawa.
up-
Karate is Okinawan.
and the colors that was huge. That was super fantastic. So do we have any? Just because we tend to do this, do we have any favorite parts? Anyway, are there any moments that stood out as like this is the thing? Amy's ready to go.
Go for it.
Yeah.
What do you got, Amy?
I have 2. I
Two.
will limit it myself to 2. The hall fight sequence, the initial one at Midland Bank, for the mix in the audio when Danny is in the room and he takes the woman hostage and Sigourney goes, they will shred her to pieces to get to you. And so we have very Iron Fist music, and then when the door breaks open and Luke Cage comes in, whoever mixed that section, it was just the best dang transition in audio I've heard forever. And he's like, "It's okay to punch people now? It's complicated." I loved that interaction. I love also suddenly Danny Rand's figured out he's bulletproof. I'm going to stand behind him while the guys with
Yeah.
machine guns
Yeah.
come in. That was that entire sequence was great. The cinematography was great. Matt running up the 22 flights of stairs, and Jessica just pops out the elevator like, "Oh, you so dumb." And the scarf. The
I'm
scarf.
blind. How dare you?
The scarf.
The scarf.
That
But
was
probably my favorite, because she is my favorite in that. They're fighting, and she's just got these little tiny quips like, "Get out of my way. I just want to get down the elevator, please." We're going to go. Going? Guys, elevator. Elevator. Let's go.
Elevator.
Elevator.
Let's just go already.
Oh my gosh.
I'm tired. I'm stuck at last.
Stupid.
I need booze.
Is there
And
beer?
Is there beer? Is there?
Stealing the beer from the homeless
He's not
guy.
going to need it. And then the other one, which was really, really underplayed. So they're trying to go rescue Danny. They've escaped the police station, and they decide to take the metro. And so they're sitting on the metro, and if you're not paying attention, there's a sign that's above their heads. It's a poster, and it says, "We are here for you." And it's literally them all sitting there. And I was like,
Nice.
Solid.
yeah.
Defenders!
Defenders.
Defend!
Piper, what about you? What was your favorite part?
So I'm just gonna do one, but I liked a lot of the. For some reason, I don't know why, the Elektra stuff really excited me in this. I really liked seeing.
Hey.
Glush, glush.
No.
Glush, glush.
Not even for glush reasons. I mean, she's pretty, but like, just seeing her like all wrapped up in the red and kind of seeing that kind of thing, and then every kind of the wistful looks back to like the size and stuff like that. I'm just like, just grabbing for that Elektra character into what I think was essentially the embodiment of what Elektra is, which is like, I want to be in love and good, but I also gots to be the hand. Like, she can't stop. She's just like, murder, because it's awesome.
I thought it was
But
murder.
like, he doesn't want me to, but it's okay. I don't know. She's conflicted, but I like her. I read her book. I dig it. And so every little chance that they were taking, you know, to kind of like bring her into what looks like Elektra in my brain was, you know, going from what they did in Daredevil to more and more accurate to, you know, to costume, to weaponry, to character.
Makes you appreciate her more than Jennifer Garner?
Yeah, I still like Jennifer Garner okay, but I mean, yeah, this girl's good.
What book? Which Elektra book are you talking about?
The new one, the one with the I forgot I don't think it had a subtitle, but it was the one with the
Elektra.
the one where the first villain was the dude who like eats animals and then takes their
Oh yeah.
that one.
Okay, because I have the I recently found in my collection. I haven't read it yet. Is I have the Elektra Assassin, the one written by Frank Miller.
I didn't read that.
Yeah.
Is it good?
I haven't opened it yet.
Oh, you haven't
I
even
just found it. I was like, oh, this is the thing that I have.
Shoot.
I have this thing.
Yeah, this happens sometimes.
Hey, my birthday's in January.
Oh, well, there you have it.
Cool.
If it's unwrapped, I mean, I'll still take it.
What's your favorite part of Steve's?
Everything with Daredevil in it.
Thanks.
No.
I liked his baton sticks from Okinawa.
With Okinawa.
Baton sticks from there.
The interrogation of oh my God, what's his name? One of the hand. The one they have tied up.
White Hat.
Yes, because
Yeah.
Sawanda?
Yes.
yeah, everyone
Nice.
is seeing Matt's other self. They're seeing him. He's in full costume, full mode. He's got that thing around the neck and tightening and tightening and tightening. And it's like you see like their faces, Luke and Jessica, like,
Right.
oh, okay,
And
all right.
notice,
Who dis?
This
This-
is so cool.
So this is the devil of Hell's
He
Kitchen.
was just
Got
some
it.
joker with a scarf a while ago.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Now he's gone full blown. Oh boy, he's really choking him out. There again, that was I liked not only
That was
Murdoch
good.
back in the suit, but their reactions to. We earlier saw him with a scarf around his head, wearing a suit.
Right.
Now he's in this, and wow, basically, which also led to the handling of Danny Rand by Matt Murdock until the
Right.
Fist got involved.
I feel like this is a paralleling of the. I mean, it would make sense that he and Elektra do, but as they both embrace kind of what they are in the comic books, like what they are as a character, and kind of going from Daredevil, with like, oh no, I'm a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're both just kind of on that path together. Like, I'm now Elektra. I am now Daredevil.
Yeah.
Just kind of there's embracement.
And Jessica's saying, nice ears.
Yeah.
They're
They're horns.
horns.
Dig it.
Mr.
Uh,
Barry, Dr. Barry.
Yes.
Yours?
Yeah. So I personally, I enjoyed a lot of this series. There were a lot of cool parts. I think one of my favorite things that they did was by having Brazilian guy cut off.
Ernie Reyes Jr.
Yes.
Devo
Officer
quebra
Knight's arm.
Barato? Thank you.
Thanks, Curtis.
Bakuto.
Bakuto.
Brazilian guy.
Ba-
The fact that
Not
he
Murakami.
slices off
He was Brazilian.
Misty's
man.
arm, and now we've basically set up the scene with her in the hospital with Colleen. We've got the Daughters of the Dragon possibly coming out. We can get her possibly getting a cybernetic arm.
Oh man,
who knows?
Anakin.
Stark, Justin Hammer, like there's technology. Rand has got connections.
Anthony.
Yeah, we'll see about getting her a robotic arm. I'm
That
down with
wasn't bad. That was really good.
That was really good.
That was.
That was great.
Straight impressed.
it. Jesus.
Man, you are surly buttons today. My good.
Wait,
A
10:57.
little closer to the mic, if you. There we go.
Surly,
I think it's
Surly.
sarcastic smile.
Sarcastic.
insubordinate.
Closing thoughts on
And
Defenders.
churlish.
I'm glad we all watched it. I enjoyed it greatly.
Right.
Any last thoughts on it? Good. That's what I was hoping for.
The fastest
Frank
binging
Ca-
I've
that
done.
Frank
That was the
Castle trailer,
fastest
though.
Binge.
Yeah, the Punisher was great.
That Punisher
Frank
trailer,
Castle
though.
Yeah, the fastest binge because they cut off 4 episodes.
Yeah, it was 8 episodes. It was easier for me.
Easier to
And
Crank
you
that
were
out, no
still
problem,
the
guys.
slowest one.
I mean, like,
Who?
Steve was still the slowest one to watch it.
Hey, finished it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Curtis just wrapped it up before we were.
How many times did you watch the other episodes prior before this, though? He's
He's
two
holding up
times.
2
Rewatched on
fingers.
2 times.
He's holding up 3 fingers. Now he's
So
spelling.
basically,
2,
everything except
3,
the last
3 times
episode, he watched 2 to 3 times. Given.
N- n-
Nah.
Not the last 3. Only the first 5.
First 5.
Like 15 times. So, yeah.
Woo!
So overall, really happy with Defenders. I'm
Yes.
glad
Yeah.
they did it.
Higher than 75%.
at the end, do you think 8 was like we had said that 8, 13 or 8, whatever thing? Do you think 8 was finally good for this, and it would have been good for as it would have been for Jessica or whatever? Or do you think they should have gone further with this?
I personally think that the shows, I wanted the shows to need the amount they got, and
Okay.
some of the shows did, and some of the shows didn't. I think Defenders left me wanting just a little bit more and had the right amount of action. I thought 8 was good.
For
Okay.
Defenders,
I
8 is
think
good.
So
Yeah,
you would
I agree.
leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And
Yep.
you would go forward with the new shows at about 8.
At about 8, maybe. We'll
I still feel like
Depends on the story. I mean, Defenders,
Yeah.
they each have their own tales to tell, and I could see why they'd go 13 episodes. Them coming together as Defenders, 8 episodes works for me because you don't need. It's like the Avengers, the first Avengers. You didn't need some complex story that
Right.
needed lots of thinking to get through. It was an easy event to bring these guys together. Then they go off into their own more complex issues. Captain America, Winter Soldier, more complex story.
Right.
Iron Man 3, more of a complex story. Stuff like that. So that I feel 8 episodes for Defenders, great.
Mhm.
Do the 10 to 13s when it comes to your
You
solo
didn't need
stories.
more table time with Rosario.
and lots more table time with Rosario Claire Dawson.
You lusty old boy.
She's lovely.
She is
That
lovely.
is about going to wrap it up.
That's how you end the
for
show.
this episode.
That's how you end the show.
For
That's a
the
lovely
K-Plus
Dawson.
Crusade.